Hey guys, it's Missy. I hope you're all having a great day today. Today is Monday, September 12th, which means that tonight is the season premiere of Dancing with the Stars. So I'm sort of gearing up for that, getting ready to watch that with my mom, which we do every Monday night. It's like our mother-daughter bonding show that we watch. So I'm super excited about it, even though I'm not really that thrilled with the sort of celebrity cast this season. There's nobody that really stands out to me where I'm like, oh, I love that person. I can't wait to watch them. I'm gonna support them. And usually there is like at least one or two people like that. But this season there's really nobody. But I'm kind of hoping maybe somebody will surprise me, and in like a few weeks' time I'll find somebody to root for. But lucky for me, really, at this point, after watching the show for so long, it's kind of more about like I love the pro dancers and I love to see them season after season and see what they do. Um, I love Val Schmirkovsky. I love him because he's so sort of pure in his dancing. Like he doesn't do the sort of spectacular productions as well as some of the other pro dancers, but when he sort of strips it down and goes super basic with it, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And I love to watch him with his partners. And his brother, Max, who was one of the earliest pros, but he hasn't been on in I think 4 years now. He won and then he hasn't been on since then. But he's actually back performing with Amber Rose. So I'm really excited to have Max back. He was one of my first favorites, and his Paso Doble with Mel B from the Spice Girls is still, after all this time, one of the best dances that's ever been on that show. And if I can find a video of that, I'll link it in the down bar, because if you're into dancing at all, that is definitely worth checking out. It's really awesome. And then in the last few years, I actually really found myself liking Derek Huff a lot. And at first, I couldn't stand him because I felt like he was a little bit conceited, maybe. And he always seemed to have really good partners, and he's won like 6 or 7 times. But in the last few seasons, I've really started to appreciate him. And I think honestly, he's really good. Like, he is incredibly talented as a choreographer. And so I'm guessing, like, if you're that talented, maybe you have a right to be a little bit conceited. But I also noticed, like, he's had a lot of different partners, different shapes and sizes and physical limitations. And he seems to really find a way to work with what they're able to do and to find a way to bring out the best in them and let them shine, which is probably not always easy, because there are some pros I see who kind of overshadow their partners, whereas he sort of lets them shine. So I have really come to appreciate him. And last season, when he wasn't on, I realized that I did miss seeing his performances every week. So he'll be back. He's back this season, and I am pretty excited about that, as much as I hate to admit it. So it's like 6:45 now, so it's like an hour and 15 minutes until the dancing starts. So I'm gearing up for it. But before I do that, there are a couple things that I made a list. I said I might make a list, and I did. I made a little list. It's just a little list. But the first thing I have to talk about is these creepy clowns. Have you guys heard about the creepy clowns? Because I hadn't. I'd kind of seen the headlines, and I had kind of ignored them because it was about clowns. And I've actually been terrified of clowns, as many people have, ever since I saw the miniseries version of It when I was like 11, with Tim Curry playing Pennywise the Clown and terrifying the crap out of me. I was so scared of that movie when I was a kid, because if you've seen it, you know that, like, the whole thing, the clown in the sewer and everything. And I was so terrified of the sewer that, like, I wouldn't walk near any of the sewer drains on the corners of the streets. And I grew up in Philadelphia, and those things are everywhere. They're at, like, both ends of the street, on every single street corner. So I would either walk, like, straight down the middle of the street, or I would walk on the sidewalk, but, like, up against the steps, even to, like, the point where, like, the side of my leg was, like, scraping the steps, so that I would not be within arm's reach of the clown if he decided to put his arm out of the sewer and try to grab me. So I probably sort of scanned those headlines and then ignored them, because I don't generally choose to read articles about clowns. My cousin Katie called me the other night and was, like, beside herself over a particular article that she had read. And so she was telling me about the clowns. And apparently, I think this is, I guess it's down south, maybe North Carolina. There are people dressing up as clowns, and they're trying to lure children into the woods and standing outside people's houses and just sort of staring at them, or, like, looking into their houses. It's like a whole clown situation down there or something. But what troubled Katie the most is that in this particular article she had read, the last line of the article was something like, Stephen King has not commented. And she's like, well, why would he? Like, what is he supposed to say? And it was really a valid point. I think since then he did send an email to, like, a local newspaper in Maine where he lives, where he was saying, yeah, you know, if I saw a clown out of context, it would scare me too. But at that point, he hadn't said anything. And it is a valid point. What sort of comment was he supposed to make? I mean, yes, he wrote the book, It, and it was terrifying. And I mean, at least for me at 11, the film version was terrifying. And they are making a new version of it, like an updated, I don't know if it's going to be like a movie or if it's going to be a miniseries, but they are updating that. But yes, he wrote the book, but it wasn't like a how-to guide. Like, he wasn't encouraging people to do that. It wasn't like an instructional manual on how to be a creepy weirdo. So I'm not really sure what his response was supposed to be, and I think probably the one that he gave is as good as you could hope for it to be. But I did also see an article that said that Rob Zombie has, like, a killer clown movie coming out, and people are saying that this could be some sort of viral marketing for that. Either way, it's kind of dangerous. I think it might be dangerous for the clowns. Like, if that is what it is, and it's just viral marketing, and these killer clowns don't have any nefarious intentions, I think they might be in danger, because you have to imagine if you scare the crap out of people enough, eventually someone's going to kick your ass. Like, that's just the way it's going to be. I guess we'll see how that plays out. And the other thing that I read about this week that I found kind of entertaining, well, this had been 2 weeks ago. They had said, as Ben Affleck posted a picture of Deathstroke from his standalone Batman movie, and people had started saying that they thought that Joe Manganiello from True Blood was going to be playing Deathstroke. So this week they actually announced that he is, and I thought that was really funny. And the reason I thought it was really funny is because I like to watch Arrow on the CW, and I'm actually like a season and a half behind, and that's a whole story about why that is. But I'm waiting for this new Netflix thing to kick in, where, like, the CW is gonna start releasing their whole like the whole season within, I think, 8 days of the season ending. So I'm hopefully be able to catch up on all of that before too long. But in the first couple of seasons, they had Deathstroke on there, and the actor who played him, Manu Bennett, I always thought sort of looked like a tiny Joe Manganiello. Like, I kind of feel like if you like put Joe Manganiello in the dryer on like high and he shrunk down, he would look like Manu Bennett. So it was really funny to me when they said that he was going to be playing Deathstroke in the film. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to this Batman movie. You know, I love Ben Affleck. I really, really do. In generally pretty much everything. But even as much as I love him, when they said he was going to be Batman, I was a little freaked out by it. I was like, how's he gonna? Because the thing about Ben Affleck, right, is he's pretty much always Ben Affleck. And I think that's what I love about him, is that I love Ben Affleck and he's always Ben Affleck. So I was like, okay, I don't know about this. I don't know how he's going to pull off this Batman thing. But we went to see, obviously, Batman versus Superman, and I actually thought he did a good job. I mean, I thought, you know, I'm not a comic book expert. I'm not like a super duper Batman fangirl. But I thought he did a good job as Batman, and I thought he was a good Bruce Wayne. And I feel like that's historically, like, not the case. Like, I know, obviously, Michael Keaton was sort of the first, well, was the first film Batman. Was the best, was an amazing Batman, but was always sort of a kind of geeky, bumbling Bruce Wayne. He didn't really do, like, millionaire playboy very well. And then Val Kilmer, I always thought was a fantastic Bruce Wayne. He had the vibe for that, but the Batman aspect of it, not so much. But I really thought that Ben Affleck kind of pulled both off fairly well, and I'm sure somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong, but that's the great thing about YouTube, is that everybody has their own opinions, and if you think I'm wrong, you could make your own video and say all the reasons why you think Ben Affleck is a crappy Batman. But so yeah, I am looking forward to seeing him in his own movie where he's not sharing screen time with Superman. Although, how badass was Wonder Woman in that movie? I'm really looking forward to that too. I think she kind of stole the show. She was awesome. So yeah, that is, I think that's pretty much it for this week. Well, no, not for this week, just for today. Only for today, that's it. You're not getting rid of me that easily. But it's almost 7 o'clock and I want to go get a coffee and then dancing time. So here's what I'm thinking though. I need subscribers, because that's how this YouTube thing works, right? You have to have subscribers. People have to watch your video. They have to like your stuff, or it's not going to work. I like talking, so probably if like 5 people are watching, I'll keep talking. But I had this idea today in the shower, because a lot of my best ideas come in the shower. That I think that if I can get 100 subscribers, then I will do like a giveaway, like a contest. It'll be like a really easy, you know, tell me what you think about this in the comments, and then I'll put everybody's name in a hat and pick one out, or have an independent third party pick one out, and then that person will win a prize. And I will decide what that prize is when it looks like we're getting closer to 100. So comment, subscribe, thumbs up. I have been posting these on Facebook, so if you are watching on Facebook, you should go to YouTube. If you have a Gmail email address or Google Plus account, you should sign in, and you should subscribe to my channel, and you should share the video with your friends so that they can love me, and subscribe. And if we can get to 100 subscribers, then I will absolutely do a giveaway to thank everybody. And one person will win some sort of super duper fabulous prize. So that's it. So I hope everybody is having a great day, that if you went back to work today after being off over the weekend, I hope your day didn't suck too much. And I will see you guys next time, and we will talk about what happens tonight on Dancing with the Stars, and anything else that pops up between now and then. So have a great night, and I will see you later.